Good afternoon, class. My name is Daniel Gutierrez. I'll be presenting my final project presentation. As you guys can see here, the name of my project is called Empower Credit Solutions. So yeah, guys, let's dive right in. So initially and at the start of the course, I had already been involved in running my own credit repair company. I've been doing it since the pandemic, and it's really been serving me well. As you can see here, here's some benefits that my clients were able to receive. After 2 weeks, they saw an immediate jump of 133 points, and it took them up into the 793 score range, which is incredible for their age. Not too many people their age of 25 have a score as such. My initial idea was to be someone that could empower the minority community. Being a minority myself, I wasn't necessarily taught too much about credit, how to best use a card, when to use a card, what's appropriate to put on a credit card for that matter. So initially my thoughts for this activity that I would be able to sharpen my interpersonal customer service skills, enhance my online presence, as well as build a strong foundation for delivering value. Initially I thought the course was incredible, and I thought that this project directly aligned with the purpose of the assignment. Principles such as personal development, entrepreneurial resiliency, and overall just building an online presence, which is all essential skills that we are here working to refine, and the reason that we took this consulting class here with Professor Becker. Now, how has my ideal changed from what I originally proposed? Well, initially, I had the ideal to send my travel hacking PDF to everyone and their mama via Instagram, via Facebook Messenger, and just whoever I could get it to, I wanted someone to see this. Professor Becker and I did have a discussion off to the side, and he kind of redirected me, saying as so that I should be targeting people who are already in my Rolodex, warm leads, and this was an incredible thought. I don't know why I was thinking to do such a broad spectrum of potential clients, but this was incredibly valuable, so I really did appreciate him telling me to kind of refine my target audience. Speaking as to the target audience, as I mentioned, it was people who lacked financial literacy, people who didn't have a strong foundation or interpretation of how to utilize the credit cards to their advantage. So my assumptions at first for my target audience, I think were spot on. These people were needing restructure and a better understanding as to how to utilize credit cards, and I was happy to help them. Here's a brief conversation with someone who was a direct participant in my target audience, Miss Allison. Here you can see a brief conversation that we had. She had an iAndroid, I'm sorry for the green. However, she did pay me $500 to fix her credit. I was able to get her up, I believe, 75 points in 2 weeks. I was so happy to provide her value, and she even mentioned about referring me to others just as well. So that's incredibly beneficial for me. So my deliverable, as I mentioned, was a travel hacking PDF. I wanted to provide people valuable tips, teach them a little bit about churning cards and how that these cards could benefit them one and the same. My first inspiration, as I mentioned just briefly, was a total waste of time. I wanted to Instagram message people on Facebook, which wasn't going to create too much traction. People needed to know that I was in the space. By seeing my profile at first, it would have been just a waste of time sending stuff out in a mass media type of way. And I definitely wanted to teach them how to best utilize certificate of deposits, how to keep their utilization low, how to not have too many inquiries at the same time, stuff like that. I applied these strategies myself. I was able to get myself to a 780 score at the age of 23, and I thought that was really cool. It helped me purchase a truck that I wouldn't have been able to do so, and I'm looking to buy my first house sometime soon just as well. I spent about 14 hours on this peer project. It involved creating the PDF, putting in all the knowledge that I knew into the project, ensuring that everything was still relevant and still did work. I would have hated to provide somebody some information and it not work. That would have definitely came back to bite me in the rear. I did spend some time actually writing the dispute letters. I did spend some time buying some stamps and sending them off just as well. So a recap of the project here was I developed a comprehensive blueprint, as I mentioned. People that I did talk to was a number of individuals who were needing help in the credit space already, and I think that this travel hacking program definitely helped catch their eye as far as my services that I provide. As I mentioned, I invested a great deal of free time throughout the semester, and I would highly encourage that you start working beforehand and not having it just off into the last couple of weeks of the course. It definitely helped as far as not being as stressed, as Professor Becker mentioned. So our overall evaluation, I found it to be very much a success. I was able to get an additional $1,500 in my pocket in about 12 to 14 hours worth of work. If we use a conservative number, it's about $125, utilizing my skills that I directly learned from this course. And I think it's an absolute success, and I saw an immediate application into the real world just as well. The document that I created not only provided value for me and myself and my clients, but also for my business, which led to referrals. Additionally, as I mentioned, Allison said she was going to kind of pass my name and to the PDF to family and friends, so I thought that was incredibly beneficial. Next time, as I mentioned earlier, I would like to redefine my target audience even further, and I want to kind of make stuff that would be more applicable for people depending on where they are in their credit journey. Thus, in conclusion, I mentioned my original idea on how it changed. My assumptions for goal advancements was I thought that this travel hacking playbook would enhance, firstly, my brand credibility and demonstrate my knowledge to clients, which is very important when people are paying you. I wanted to convert interested leads into committed clients by providing them with substantial value. I was reinforcing my position as a credit expert in the space, and I think that's very important to do so, especially with so many people who are in the space. My assumptions about the course alignment, I thought the project directly aligned with the course lessons, particularly those that related to building a strong brand, understanding client needs, and providing value. My assumption was correct. It absolutely was, as the project had me applying concepts and identifying client pain points, as well as communicating confidently with clients. Through this process, I was able to tie connections from the course principles into the real-world applications, confirming the relevance of the lessons that we were taught by guest speakers and by Professor Becker. Thank you so very much for your time, guys. I hope you have a wonderful semester. Best of luck to you guys in this project going forward. Thank you.